Hey guys, today is a pretty quick one, but we want to look at the major treaties of European history on this sheet right here. So the first major one we looked at, if you remember, is the Treaty of Westphalia. And I really want you to pay attention to the dates, especially since the time frame is going to be so short with your DBQ, really being able to hone in what's going on when they mention a date, be it 17th century, 18th century, 19th century stuff, and all the things that are happening, what period that is. So Treaty of Westphalia ends period one in 1648. This is the last of the religious wars, being the 30 Years' War, and this is what the Treaty of Westphalia is going to end. And this is what it advocates, or the provisions in it. The big one is this first one that each German prince became free of control from the HRE. All right. So the HRE, the emperor, is only an emperor in name only. So as Voltaire said, the Holy Roman Empire is neither holy nor Roman nor an empire. And that is true coming from the Treaty of Westphalia. So politically, each German prince gets so much freedom from this. The Netherlands is officially recognized as independent by Spain. They had been fighting for 80 years for independence from Spain. Switzerland becomes independent. Spain and Austria, they get no territory from all this fighting. Spain's golden age is over, all right, and this is replaced by Dutch's golden age. And the religious provision is Calvinists have same privileges as Lutherans within the empire. Okay, so Calvinists now have some sway, so it's good for them. So this is the last major religious war in European history. The next one we talk about is the Treaty of Utrecht, as you know. This is in the middle of period two. Really, the whole absolutism unit is when we talked about this. And remember, this ended the War of Spanish Succession because of all that inbreeding in Spain. The last, I think Charles II was his name, couldn't have any kids, and he was mentally infirm. So um, they had to choose somebody, and basically they chose the grandson of Louis the 14th, the Sun King, and the rest of the world did not like this, so they go to war and they fight a lot, and Britain gets involved in this, of course. Major winners and losers right here. The biggest winner, of course, is going to be England. They really rise on the world stage here. But let's look at this first. It's about a 12-year war, by the way. France loses territory in North America, really Newfoundland up around that area. Spain loses the Spanish Netherlands, which is Belgium. It'll become the Austrian Netherlands. They're also going to lose southern Italy and Milan, all of which go to Austria. France and Spain, this is the big provision, though they have the same last name, Bourbon, they can never be under one king. And so that's the major provision of this. Games. Austria, of course, like I mentioned, gets the Spanish Netherlands, Southern Italy, Milan. England gets the French North American territories. They get control of the very lucrative Jacinto, which is the Atlantic slave trade. And become the leader in world trade, which is going to bring in an immense amount of wealth. The Dutch, who were leading that, are kind of falling off to the wayside because of the strength of this trade. The English go, let's copy it. So this is when English shipping becomes so huge in the world. It continues for well over 100 years. So what we see is period two. Well, not period two. Sorry. What we see right here is the Congress of Vienna, 1815. Right here. And so the Congress of Vienna of 1815. This, of course, ends the Napoleonic Wars, as you know. Um, Basically, they want to reassert conservatism, and it's the beginning of the age of Metternich, of course, that we talked about. And I really want you to look back at that. I think it's our period three information. So it establishes a balance of power between Russia, Austria, Prussia, and Great Britain that we know as the Concert of Europe. The HRE is reduced to 38 states. This reduction will facilitate an ease of German unification, roughly 55 years later. Monarchs are restored to power all over Europe. Russia is re-given Polish territory. And basically, boom, you have squashed a lot of this revolutionary spirit that really won't spring out until the 1848 revolutions throughout Europe. So, Congress of Vienna ends the Napoleonic Wars in 1815. And here we go, right here. This should not be on the test, the Treaty of Versailles, but y'all did a little project on it. This is I won't go through this, but that is that. It should not be on the test. And if we were in a real class situation, we'd also talk about the Treaty of Maastricht down here. And this, of course, created the European Union. But anywho, I wish we had more time on that because it's actually a little bit more relevant. Anyway, but that's just the way things are. So here are your three important major treaties of European history that you need to really know. I'll send you some PDFs of this a little bit later on. So, anywho, talk to you later.